The Temple of Speed certainly did not disappoint today, with a wild race seeing Pierre Gasly take a magnificent maiden win. Lewis Hamilton fell from grace after receiving a 10-second stop-go penalty for entering the pit lane despite it being closed. Meanwhile, Ferrari endured another disaster with a double DNF for both Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc, with the latter leading to a red flag. If you've got your breath back after those crazy laps, here are our winners and losers from the 2020 Italian GP. Demoted from Red Bull, lost his best friend Antoine Hubert soon after, yet 12 months later, Pierre Gasly took his maiden Grand Prix win in Monza. After Hamilton's penalty forced the Brit into the pits, Lance Stroll would run wide into turn 1, handing Gasly the lead. Powered by a strong AlphaTauri package and an angel on his shoulder, Pierre held off a charging Carlos Sainz all the way to the finish line. AlphaTauri deserves a mention, with Franz Tost certainly a silent achiever in getting the best performances out of his drivers. What a way to take a maiden win. Well done, Pierre, take a bow. It was another weekend to forget for Valtteri Bottas. A slow start off the mark led Bottas to be overtaken by 4 cars in the first lap alone. Despite the race being red flagged and his teammate being penalised, a 5th place finish was the best the Finn could manage after struggling to overtake Lando Norris. All in all, it was a Sunday full of shambles for the Mercedes squad, who had their day compounded by Hamilton's stop-go penalty and his struggle to catch up to the chasing pack, leaving the Brit in 8th place. The Dream Team combination of Carlos Sainz and Lando Norris reigned supreme with absolutely superb starts off the line for both drivers. In the end, Sainz was unlucky not to grab first place, but will be incredibly happy to grab his second podium in McLaren colours. The Spaniard was just 0.415 seconds away from taking his first Grand Prix victory, but the McLaren driver ultimately had to settle for his first podium of the season in second. Norris in turn did well to hold off a determined Valtteri Bottas and take a 4th place finish. The strong double points finish hands McLaren a 3rd place in the Constructors' Championship with a 16-point lead over their Racing Point rivals. The Bulls were nowhere to be seen across the Italian GP weekend. Monza is notorious for being a weak track for the Milton Keynes team, and they certainly felt it on race day. Verstappen was forced to retire after engineers spotted a problem with the engine and chose to retire the Dutchman to prevent a full engine failure. Meanwhile, Alex Albon clashed with Pierre Gasly at the start of the race and went off-road, picking up big damage to his floor. The Anglo tyre was given a 5-second penalty for a clash with Grosjean and continued his race from the back of the grid, finishing in 15th, second to last with all the retirees. The Bulls will be crossing their fingers to bounce back in Mugello. F1 lends their name to the winners list today after producing what is by far the most exciting race of the season at Monza today. Whilst many were expecting a Hamilton-Mercedes whitewash, the excitement and speed of the tricky Italian circuit caught out many and allowed some unusual suspects to shine. A special mention must also go out to Formula One for their incredible efforts in organising a 17-race season despite all the troubles caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Well done, Formula One. Just when you didn't think Ferrari's season couldn't get any worse. Vettel's race came to a close after a brake failure on lap 6 saw him smash through the polystyrene barriers at the end of turn 1. In turn, Leclerc's race was over after a huge crash at the Parabolica that led to the race being red flagged for barrier repairs. It was another disappointing weekend for the Italian team, but especially for Vettel, who had a miserable exit from Q1 due to traffic issues in qualifying yesterday before his race mishap today. As Vettel's time at Ferrari nears its end, are his 2021 racing prospects evaporating with the dismal performances taking place? Ferrari will be thanking their lucky stars that Tifosi were unable to be in attendance today. The crowd noises might not have been as pleasant as in the past. Who's your biggest winner and loser from today's race? What did you think of Pierre Gasly's incredible performance? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Crash F1 for more F1 content.